What's going on? This is JT. I'm going to be making a quick tutorial. I want to show you what options flow is and how you can use it to make money in the stock market. So the platform that I'm going to be doing this on is Capital Flow, which is my own options flow service that I created in the beginning of this year. So first off, what is options flow? Options flow is just tracking big money buys from the big money traders in the stock market. So who are these big money traders? Well, those are going to be your banks, your hedge funds, and just other wealthy individuals that have a really big bag to play with in the stock market. I'm talking hundreds and thousands and millions of dollars, right? And the reason why having this information is useful and being able to see what they're buying can help you is because all of their trades are based off of information that you and I, aka retail traders or non professional traders, don't have access to. Because when you're trading with six and seven, sometimes even eight figures, you cannot afford to be making those trades just off guesses, right? So they have to have this very, very high conviction for every single trade that they place in the stock market. And that's why they have such a high success rate. And that's why they call them the smart money. You know, some people call them big money, smart money, whales. There's a lot of different names for them, but they're all the same type of traders, right? Just people who have extremely large bags and make their trades off of high conviction or inside information. So, like I said, this platform that I'm on is Capital Flow, and I'm going to give you a real quick walkthrough. So first, over here on the top left, you can see that we have a filter by symbol. So this is going to allow you to search either one or multiple stocks that you want to actually see the flow come in for. Because if you just keep it at default, it's going to give you everything that comes to the market. And that's a lot of information, right? You don't want to be trying to watch everything. So say you want to pick three stocks to watch. You can look at Apple, we'll look at Tesla, and we'll look at Amazon. Boom. So you filter through those three, and then it's just going to show you orders from Apple, Amazon, and Tesla. So over here on the column on the left, this is the time and date that the order came through. In the next column on the right, you can see the symbol. So we've got some Tesla, some Apple, we've got Amazon in there too. Now, next to that column, we have the contract. So that's going to tell you exactly what contract they bought. Right here at the top, you got Tesla 1220 puts for 7/8/2022. And those are going to be in red. And all the call orders are going to be in green. So right here, when we have a Tesla 660 call for 624, that one is in green. So the column next to that is going to be the premium. So that's an important one. It's telling you exactly how much money was spent on this order. So in this first one, these Tesla 1220 puts, they spent $57,000. And the price of those contracts is the next column. So the price of those was $570. And then the final column is telling you how many contracts that they bought. So for this order at the top, right at 6:17, right before the market closed at 3:59 p.m., you can see that somebody bought 1220 Tesla puts that expire on 7/8/2022. They paid $57,000 in premium. One contract cost $570, and they bought one contract. So those are how the columns work, right? And how the filter works. So the next thing you want to be aware of with Capital Flow is that you can actually filter through weekly expirations, swing expirations, and leap expirations. So this is useful depending on what type of trader you are. So if you're someone that likes to day trade like me, you'll probably be wanting to use this weekly filter a lot. So this is going to show you all the contracts that expire within this same week. Right. And like I said, this is useful for day traders because when you're day trading, you don't really care about what options somebody is buying if they expire in 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, right? You want to see those short term, same week expirations as a day trader. Now, if you're someone that likes to swing trade, you want to look at the swings filter. So this is going to show you contracts that expire every date from next week within the next 6 months. So this is something if you want to look to hold contracts, maybe overnight, maybe for a week, maybe for even 1, 2 months, you can see what the big money is buying, within the next 6 months. And finally is the leaps. So leaps are long-term expiration options. So these are really useful if you believe that an option or a stock can move up, within the next 6 months to 1 year, or move down within the next 6 months to 1 year. You can look at the leaps. So this is what's showing you everything that's going to expire 6 months or higher. Now, lastly, beside the leaps button, you see these three lines. This is a really important one because this is where you filter the minimum premium amount that you want to see paid. So, like I said, the idea with options flow is to look at what the big money is buying, right? And when you first come to this, it's actually going to be defaulted at 2,500. Now, because we want to look at big money, you don't want to keep it that low. It's defaulted that low just so you can see everything. But since we want to look for big money, we want to remember that while spending $2,500, $5,000, even $10,000, that is a lot of money to be putting in a trade. But in the grand scheme of the stock market, where trillions of dollars are flowing through it, that's really not a lot of money, especially when you consider that there's people spending $2 million, $4 million, $5 million on a single trade. $2,000 is just not considered big money. So the way you want to use this filter really kind of depends on what stock you're actually watching, right? So something like Apple that has a $2 trillion market cap, I'm looking at Apple contracts. I'm going to start at least 100,000. I might even start it higher, 250,000, maybe even 500,000 if I want to see some really, really big money orders. And that's just because I know that every single day Apple is heavily traded. There's a lot of big money buyers coming in. So you're always going to see something if you're looking at those 100,000, 250, 500,000. Now, the times when I would go smaller on my minimum premium filter is if I'm looking at something that has a smaller market cap. So, for example, one of my favorite stocks to trade is Roku. And I was just saying Apple has a $2 trillion market cap. Meanwhile, Roku's market cap is a lot smaller. It's 11 billion. So that's still big, but I know that there's not going to be as many big money orders or big money traders trading Roku every day like they would Apple. So if I'm looking at something like Roku, I might set my minimum premium to 25,000. I might even go smaller some days, right? I might even go 15,000. The lowest I'd ever really go on anything, it doesn't matter what the stock is $10,000. And if I'm not seeing a lot of big money orders come in at $10,000 or more, then at that point, I'm just going to say, okay, there's not enough volume in this stock. There's not enough people trading it with enough money. So I'm just going to move on and look at something else. Okay, so now I'm going to give you an example on how you can apply options flow to your trading technique and use it to make some money in the stock market. So the first thing I'm going to do is adjust my filters. So I'm going to set my minimum premium paid to 200,000. And I'm going to look at SPY contracts, SPY, that expired this week. So today is Saturday, the 18th. So all of these orders are going to be orders that expired on Friday, which was yesterday, 6/17. And of course, that's the last day of the week. So these are all same day contracts for SPY from Friday, June 17th. So what I want to do is actually scroll all the way down. I want to go to the open on June 17th for SPY contracts. So that's going to be right here. So this highlighted order is actually the first order that came in yesterday morning. You can look all the way on the left. You see the time. It came in right at 9:30. Everything before this is 6:16. So that was the day before, right? So boom. So the first few orders, you can see it's all puts for SPY. People are buying puts heavy to start the day. So right here at 9:30, we have $286,000 worth of puts being bought. And then we don't have anything else over 200,000 for a little bit. But then 20 minutes later, we get another one right at 9:50. And this is a big one This is about $600,000 worth of puts being bought right at 950, and you can see they pretty much bought puts for the next 30 minutes, hour. So I want to look at the SPY chart now and see how that played out. So this is SPY. We're going to look at the 5-minute chart. We want to see what happened intraday. So like you could see from Capital Flow, they started buying puts as soon as the market opened. So that's right here on this candle. They're already buying puts, the big money traders. And we actually get some nice green candles. We get a nice run up to start the day. And if I'm just looking at the chart, I might actually think that we're about to break out and we're about to have a nice day to the upside. But because I see that the big money traders are buying nothing but puts, when I see this run up start in the morning, I know that it's not going to last. So you can actually see we have a pre-market high right here at about 369.50, right? So you see we rejected this all pre-market, and then we rejected it during the day. So I mentioned we got one order of about $226,000 worth of puts right here at 9:30, and then that second order didn't come in until 20 minutes later, right at 9:50. So that's on this candle right here. Somebody bought $600,000 worth of puts, and you can see they bought those puts right at the top or right at the high of the day. So that's how I know. And even though SPY starts pushing up, they're buying puts heavy at resistance. So I know that this resistance is going to stay strong and we're going to reject, right? And you can see that's exactly what we did. And the market pretty much dumped, for the next hour or so. So let's actually go back into Capital Flow and see real quick when they finally started buying calls. So you can see it was nothing but puts. 10:30, we're still getting a couple 100,000 worth of puts. 10:40, still puts. So the first call order doesn't actually come in until 10:50. Before that, it was all puts while the market was dropping. And when we get this call order, we see it's for $275,000. So this one came in at 10:50. Let's go back to the SPY chart and see how that looks on the chart. So 10:50 on the chart, that is this green candle right here. So literally at the low of day, right here at the bottom, we'll make the line. Big money started buying calls right here. So this entire time, big money is buying puts, right? From here all the way down to here, they're buying nothing but puts. The first big call order doesn't even come in until this green candle, which you can see is the bottom of the day. That's the low of day. So really it's that simple. Big money is going to show you where the exact moment is that they flip from bullish to bearish or bearish to bullish, and you can see how that reflects in the charts. The moment that they became bearish is where we had a big sell-off for the day, right? And they didn't buy any calls until the bottom of the day, which is when we went bullish, and the market had a nice little run up that day. So this is why I say that options flow works better than any indicator that you're going to see on a chart, because right now I don't have any indicators pulled up, and just by looking at the options flow, I could have told you exactly where the high of day was going to be and where the low of day was going to be, where we were going to reject and where we were going to bounce, and it played out perfectly. So this is really why options flow is useful, and it's the best indicator that you can use. And you really don't need any other tools, right? I know a lot of traders that only look at options flow. They don't use indicators. They don't use really charts at all, some of them. And they still have 80 to 90% win rates just off of following the big money, because the big money is going to tell you everything that you need to know, and it's going to tell you way more than any chart could ever tell you. So I truly believe that options flow is a must-have tool to use as an options trader, and that's why I created my own options flow platform, which again is called Capital Flow. So if you want to sign up for Capital Flow and get access to this platform, just go to the website. That's capitalflow.app. I'm going to have the link in the description. If you like this video and you thought that it was useful, Please leave a like, leave a comment. You can reach out to myself. Again, my name is JT. I'm at the Almighty JT on all social medias. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be keeping these options flow videos coming. On some of these next one, I'm going to go a little more in depth and show you different ways you can make money using flow. But for now, I just wanted to give you a basic breakdown and show you an example of how it plays out in the stock market. So again, this has been JT. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos coming.